healing journey. Let's start with this. I feel like our healing journeys, each individual one of us, our healing journey is our own personal spiritual journey. And that as much as you embrace any aspect of your being that needs attention, that needs caring, that needs the nurturing that healing brings into the world, into the planet, and into you, the more that you can embrace that, the more complete you will be, number one. But number two, the more that you're on your own spiritual path. So I find that spirituality and healing often overlap, and they should, because they really are working to bring, and I feel like the spirit, and there's lots of different definitions that people have, but to me, the spirit is when we're whole, when we're complete, when our emotional body, our physical body, and our expanded body is able to be at peace in this world, in this place, in this time, with all of the aspects of who we are as humans. So there's a lot in there, a lot packed in healing. And that's what I love about it. That's why I've spent 27 years of my life working with people to help them on their own healing journey. And of course, I think I was drawn into it early because I needed a lot of extra work on my own spiritual journey. I came in as an adoptee, so I had some early wounds, some early traumas that allowed me some places to examine my life from, right? And then I've had many issues and many things that I've had to work through, but in doing that I've learned so much that I'm able to help other people with as well. So I love what I do, if you can't tell that. So today, again, we're just gonna dive in here. I'm gonna share with you 5 aspects of healing. And a lot of this is probably old hat to some of you, but I hope to whatever, even though a lot of these are simple, to give you some depth that you haven't had before. So the first thing that I start with, and I'm going to start by saying that most doctors out there that I've studied with, and in all due respect, many of them amazing teachers who have wisdom far beyond anything I could ever aspire to. But I wouldn't put this last. I see over and over and over in our professions, they'll go through the list of what they think is really important, and then there'll be this little tag on, oh yeah. And so I'm going to share it with you because I put it first. I think it's the end all be all to all the rest of it. So I actually put mindfulness at the top of the list. Your mindset, how you feel, how you think, affects your emotions. Your emotions affect your mind. But you can control so much that's in your physiology. You can slow your heart rate down. I can soften my voice. I can soften my thoughts. But just that stopping, finding that still point. And I, teach people and show people through many different ways. But it's from stillness that the power exists in our bodies. So when we can find that still point and still watch ourselves reacting, judging, criticizing ourselves and others, it's in that moment that we have access to something different. That still point, that place where there's the chattering mind stops for a moment. There's this wave of expansion. That is where the Tao, the great Tao, God, whatever you want to call it, the great universal spirit of love and kindness and flow and energy and creativity, that's where it lives. It lives in that still point. So finding that stillness is key for healing. because we can then direct our chi, our energy flow in our body towards whatever it is that's most important. And in each moment, there's many things, right? We're so bombarded from the outside world with all of these inputs. But in each moment, there's the one right action. There's the one best choice for that moment. And that's it. Everything else has to wait, because I can really only do one thing well at a time. So coming from that still point allows us the opportunity to quiet that mind so we can find that one thing that makes the most difference in our lives, in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls, in our emotions, and with each other. So that's number one, mindset. Number two is, let's see what I wrote down. I can't remember which order I wrote it. Okay, yeah, well, and some of these, the rest of these, honestly, they're equal legs of a stool. Because in a lot of ways they really are. They're equally important. If you have three-legged stool and one leg's not dealt with, then the other two are going to fall. I think you can do a lot from the mindset perspective, from the from that perspective, with the other three legs of the stool. But when you shore them up, a lot of times it will also affect how you think, right? So let's start with nutrients or chemical, the chemical aspect of healing. Your body needs, what does it need? So this is where I'm going to deepen it. We all know we need food, but we need good, healthy, real, solid, beautiful, life-giving food. Food has energy. So we want to eat a lot of foods that have high vibrational frequency if we want to heal. We want to eat foods that allow our bodies to decrease their inflammation and increase the amount of healing cytokines or detoxification things that food can do for us. It can give us nutrients like antioxidants. So I am a functional nutritionist as well as a body worker. And so together, those two things, they go hand in hand. I really can only get to a certain point just working with the physical body from like a bodywork perspective if the food isn't right. So eating high vibrational, good, healthy foods that bring down inflammation, what does that mean? That means taking out dairy, corn, soy, dairy, corn, and gluten types of grains and dairy foods. Those foods, if you just take out those three, you will have a dramatic impact in your health. Now, I don't mean you always have to live like that. You may. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. I don't live like that. I am able to eat all of those foods in moderation and maintain a good, healthy weight and a good, healthy physiology. But I know many people, including my husband, who cannot have one or more of those foods. But eliminating those for a period of time can be super, super helpful in just bringing your body back into balance. The other thing that you might want to consider is eliminating or lessening the amount of sugar and carbohydrates. If you did one thing only, you would lose weight, probably increase your health, just eliminate a lot of your carbohydrates, especially anything refined. And those are your breads and your cereals, your crackers, your pasta, anything that comes in a package and that is made out of flour, which is, I know, a lot of yummy stuff and it's really easy to get. But we got to look at nutrition because it's one of the pillars of health. And without it, the other pillars are not going to do so well. So it can also turn around your physiology, having good nutrition, right? So water and fiber, the other two pieces of that, well, actually there's one more, and that's detoxification. So you might have too many toxins, and that's part of nutrition, right? How does your body releasing the toxins? You make toxins. It's just getting rid of the waste. How does it get rid of that? Is it doing a good job with that, or does it need some help, some support, and some work on that? So that is the chemical. That's number 2. Number 3, I would say the third thing that's really important is to look at your structural health in and from a chiropractic perspective. And the reason that I love chiropractic and that I've spent most of my life alongside chiropractors, learning from them and occasionally teaching them a thing or two, is because it's so powerful how well it works. And what it works on that people don't get, kind of goes back to the first thing that we were talking about, mindset. Chiropractic works on your nervous system. That's right, your brain, your spinal cord, and all of the nerves that go out to every cell in your body is part of your central and your peripheral nervous system. And it deals with everything at the speed of sound. It's fascinating. It's just mind-blowing, right? That the speed of sound, every cell in your body is communicating with your brain. At the close to, it's not quite the speed of sound, but close to the speed of sound. And those nerves, if you've ever seen a cadaver or any kind of, animal, the nerves are very small and kind of frail looking, like an electrical wire, and they come out of the spine, and they have to send signals back from the environment saying, oh, we need more stomach acid here, and we need to lower the blood pressure over here, and we need to make some digestive enzymes over here, and we need to uptake some more calcium here. So all of these signals have to be sent to the brain and back out to the body and to all the cells. But it's so important to human life. That system is the only system of all the systems of the physical body. It's the only system that's housed in bone, because the creator, we are creators, encased it to keep it safe, because it's so vital to your health. As soon as you lose function in your nervous system, your overall health will decline so fast. Just look at the cases that we know so well of Christopher Reeves and others who have been severed. They can only exist for so long, and their health really declines quickly. But that's an extreme case. But in minor cases, just movement of the spine, which happens from falls and strains and sitting at it and texting. Oh yes, look at text neck. How this can put so much pressure on those nerves, those delicate nerves that have to communicate. So chiropractic stimulates, turns the lights on in that system, and gets you to wake up and be able to do your best, be your best. It's amazing. So let's see. That's number 3. Number 4 is the most important things. You should know them, but I just wrote these down quick because I wanted to get this done. Oh, yeah, I love this. And this is just something to just stop for all of, if you're listening to this, if you listen this far, congratulations, and thank you, and welcome. But this is about the environment that we live in. Bruce Lipton's work tells us, Dr. Bruce Lipton tells us, that the environment is what regulates the DNA in our cell, not the other way around. So for all of these years, I don't know how long, we always assumed that the DNA was what was telling the cell what to do, and that was the master controller. We gave it 100%